Pascagoula, Mississippi. Jay, you ever been there?
I have not had the privilege.
I drove through Biloxi once on my way to New Orleans for
Yeah, I think I
a
did the
church
same.
retreat.
Well, mine was not a church retreat.
Pascagoula, Mississippi, Jay. I just heard about this. I didn't know about this. 1973, October 11th, in Pascagoula. I'm starting to like that word, Pascagoula. Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Rolls off the tongue, brother. There was a major UFO abduction event that took place, and I didn't know anything about it until recently. So, you ready to get into it?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until a couple days ago when you told me to look at it. To
All
be
right,
honest,
let's do it.
yeah,
All right, Jay, here's the background for this. Pascagoula, Mississippi, October 11th, 1973. Two gentlemen named Charles Hickson and Calvin Parker, who were co-workers, and I do believe they were worked some type of factory job, got off work and did what two good old boys would do back in the day. They said, we're going to go for some
beer,
fishing, right?
some beer and some bait.
Some beer and some bait. I like that. That's actually a pretty good t-shirt out right there. Beer and bait. That
Yeah,
was it.
beer and bait.
Here's a picture of these two good looking gentlemen. Right? So they went out, got some beers, got some bait, went down by the docks in Pascagoula and dropped the line in, Jay. Dropped the line. Sitting there hanging out.
Yeah, there's a lot of it to fish. Have you? I'm looking at the map. I mean, it's just waterways everywhere.
Yeah, so Pascagoula is probably down there just like Greenbow or not Greenbow. I forget the
It's right
Biloxi.
over the edge. It's right over the edge of the Alabama line on the
Yeah.
coast.
So when you cross that line, all them swamps down there.
Yep.
But yeah, so they were fishing and they started to see something coming their way actually. And it was described, depending on who you talk to, it was described in several different ways. Some people say it was egg shaped. Charles and Calvin said it was egg shaped. Then the story somehow got changed to a classic saucer shaped later on. However, as we do on this channel, tomato, tomato, they saw something. All right.
They saw something
Saw
for
something,
sure.
right? One of the things that I'm testing my patience is that if I post up a very cool Bigfoot video or a Dogfoot video, I show them that, and people like to point out the fact that I mispronounced the state park that it was in. Really, that's the thing. That's right. So look, you've known me for how long, Jay?
A far longer than I care to
Look,
admit.
you know what I'm talking about. It is what
Look,
I say it
Brady,
is. If I make it
do
up,
you realize
yeah,
it's almost been 30
yeah,
years?
30 years. If I say Pascagoula, you know what I'm talking about. Pascagoula,
Yeah,
Mississippi, right?
it has never changed. It's well, I mean, that's been the one constant in your life,
That's
sir.
it, man. I make up the words as I go, and if you don't get it, well,
Make up
that's
the
on
words
you,
as you
man.
go along.
I don't have time to learn. I don't have time to learn these proper enunciations. Noobs, nerds, get on my face, nerd. It's a dog man, nerd. You understand? It's a dog man. Who cares if I said the park wrong? It's a dog man.
You have been, but it's what is the name of the park? Because I don't even know at this point.
Manatee National Park. That's not the one.
It's not.
The one that they got me on. The one that they got me one that people love to ding me on is the one out there in California called Hachawachi, Hakatiki, something Hakawaki, something like that, right? And they're like breaking it down like HA-TA-LA Hakalekitiki. Man, whatever, man. You know what I'm talking about. Is there any other parks in that area that sound anything like that,
All right.
nerd? No, right?
Let me just tell everybody, he's never gonna get it right.
Yeah,
Just get
never,
over it.
never.
Get
Get,
over it.
get on
Because
my level.
here's the thing. He doesn't care.
10 tones down. So yeah, so when I said the Manatee National Forest in Michigan, and it's called the Manatees National Forest. Is there two different
Manatees?
ones? Is there a different one
Is
up
it
there?
manatees? Nah, I don't know. Like you
No,
say
there's not.
manatee. I just took your word for it, man, because I don't know.
No, there's not a different
What
one.
is it?
It's close enough.
It's
Manatee,
okay.
manatees, manatee doesn't matter.
Manatees, is that what it is?
No, who knows? It's called the Manatee National Forest in northern Michigan, something like that, right?
I gotta look it up now.
Pull it up. So, anyways,
Uh,
these two good old boys are sitting there lines in the water. They see something glowing in the air coming towards them. Blue. Egg shape or classic saucer shape, doesn't matter. They see it coming towards them, Jay. And this is 1973, Pascagoula,
Right.
Mississippi. Not a lot of light pollution. So,
No.
not a lot of,
Well, no, probably not.
yeah, I don't think so. I'm sure that
On
this
that
thing
area, dude, it doesn't look like it.
coming at them. So, wasn't an aircraft that they would recognize or whatever. It was hovering towards them, and it came towards them. And it came to where they were at, hovered, never landed. The egg opened up or the saucer opened up, and out of this craft came three beings, right? And these beings are different than most of the beings that we've talked about on here. Right? This is a really good story. I'm actually going to buy this book. They both wrote books. I'm gonna order at least one of them and read the book. These beings were different. I've never heard beings described like this before. First of all, they said they were 5 to 6 feet tall, which means we can take them. That's number one, right? No, none of these 10 feet, 8 foot tall jokers, right? That everything's 10 feet tall, 15 feet tall.
Right.
They came out, right?
Uh-huh.
And they were different looking. They were humanoid in nature, bipedal. They had white, wrinkly skin, no visible eyes, claw-like hands, and I'm sorry, I take that back. They had eyes, but they were not their primary sensory mode was their eyes, and they had these things that look like they called them carrots, but to me, when I saw the photos, which I'm going to put up right here of what they looked like, it looked like some type of like antenna or sensory thing that was set on them. And immediately, you know what it made me think of based on the research that I've done? Before we go any further on this, I've been pushing this theory pretty hard, man, about these UAPs and UFOs. They're not from outer space, right? They're already here, right? And those crafts are not traveling millions and millions or even one light year to get here. It's not happening, right? They're already here. And the way that these things were described to me, or they looked to me, is that they immediately struck me as some type of aquatic living species. It would explain the crab-like hands they had, the wrinkly skin they had, very pale, not a lot of light, eyesight not necessary to survive in their environment, right? So anyways, that's just thing that's just immediately popped into my head right there.
So you're thinking more along the lines of advanced cryptid than
so
alien.
at one point, right? So also I got a very good theory down here that I'm starting to put together on why they're always messing with us. At some point, we talk about the Appalachian Mountains, how old they are, right? That was a mountain range during Pangea, right? And when the volcano tubes, literally today they came out today and they said that they found a cave system that runs from Georgia down through Alabama. I knew it, bro. I knew it. There's no mountains, but it's a cave system down there, and that was once upon a time one giant lava tube when that mountain range was formed.
Ooh.
Billions of years ago, right? Yeah.
Can you imagine, dude,
Yeah.
if it goes like from Georgia all the way to Alabama, how far north does it go?
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, it goes into. I'm telling you, that it go. I bet you it goes into Louisiana too.
Because those mountains go
All the way to Canada.
all the way up to Maine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way up there. Got to be, right?
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.